In a quiet Texas town, there was a large high school just like any other. Students rushed in, teachers carried papers, and parents waited in cars. But among them was someone most people never truly saw: Miguel Santos, the school janitor. Miguel was a soft-spoken man in his late 40s, always in a faded blue uniform. Every evening, when the school fell silent, he was the one who swept the floors, cleaned the cafeteria, and fixed broken desks. He made sure the school was ready for another day. Most students walked right past him. Some gave a polite nod, but many didn't even notice he was there. Miguel never complained. He worked with a quiet determination and a tired, hopeful smile. What no one knew was that Miguel carried a dream he'd held since he was a boy. He wanted to be an engineer. Life had been tough. He moved from Mexico as a kid, dropped out of school to support his family, and worked whatever jobs he could find. Years flew by, and he realized if he didn't try now, he might never get the chance. So, after his long night shifts, he'd sit alone in an empty classroom. Under a dim light, surrounded by borrowed textbooks, he studied every spare moment. Lunch breaks. 5 free minutes was spent learning about circuits, math, and mechanical design. It was exhausting. His hands ached, his back hurt, and sometimes he'd fall asleep right there at a classroom desk. But his dream was the fuel that kept him going. One evening, a soft voice broke the silence. "Sir, are you studying?" It was Ethan, a junior, who had come back for his laptop. Miguel, startled and a bit embarrassed, replied, "Oh yes, just practicing." Ethan was curious. For a class, Miguel hesitated, then admitted, "For college. I want to apply to an engineering program." Ethan's eyes widened in amazement. "You want to be an engineer? That's awesome." Miguel smiled shyly. But that one small interaction changed everything. The next day, Ethan told his friends. Soon, the story spread through the whole school, not with mockery, but with admiration. Teachers started leaving extra textbooks for him. A math teacher stayed late to help him with calculus. The robotics club invited him to their workshop to learn programming. Suddenly, students were greeting him with respect, calling him Mr. Santos. For the first time in a long time, Miguel felt seen. Then came the college entrance exam. He walked in, nervous, clutching a second-hand calculator. The test was brutal, but he poured every ounce of his energy into it. Weeks of anxious waiting followed. Then one morning, as he was cleaning a hallway, Ethan came running. "Mr. Santos, check your email." With trembling hands, Miguel opened his inbox. A message from the University of Texas. It read, "Congratulations, you have been accepted into the engineering program." Miguel just stared at the screen, speechless, as tears welled up in his eyes. Ethan hugged him, and in an instant, the entire hallway erupted in applause. Teachers and students cheered. The principal shook his hand with pride, but the story doesn't end there. A week later, the school held a small ceremony. The PTA teachers and students had all chipped in. Together, they had raised enough money to pay for Miguel's entire first year of tuition, books, and supplies. "We believe in you," the principal told him. "Thank you for inspiring all of us." Miguel was overwhelmed, tears streaming down his face. Months later, he started college. He was older than his classmates, nervous but more determined than ever. It was a struggle at first, but whenever he felt like giving up, he remembered the school that stood behind him. Slowly but surely, he began to thrive. Years passed, then came graduation day. Miguel Santos, the janitor who studied in empty classrooms, walked across the stage in a cap and gown. His name was announced, Bachelor of Engineering. The crowd went wild. In the audience, Ethan and many of Miguel's former students, now young adults, were cheering louder than anyone. Miguel held his diploma tight. It wasn't just paper. It was proof that dreams don't have an expiration date. It was a testament to hard work, kindness, and the incredible power of a community that believes in you. Today, Miguel is an engineer at a Texas company, but he still visits his old school. And whenever he sees a janitor, a cashier, or anyone else others might overlook, he gives them a warm smile. Because he knows better than anyone that greatness can come from the most unexpected places. Dreams belong to everyone. And sometimes, all it takes is one person to notice, to care, to change a life forever. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content. See you next time.